Hello and welcome to our today's session. We'll see cursor AI Skills.md, okay, for manual tester, and we'll also see how we'll create a AI skills. Okay, so as we saw in last session, okay, why do we need a skills? Because without skills, okay, if we try to create a bug report, okay, using AI prompt, okay, every time we are getting a different result. Okay, now here you can see, okay, if you give the same prompt, we are getting a different bug report or different bug report format, okay, which is not a consistent. Okay, and that is the reason we need to use the skills. Okay, using skills, okay, cursor understand the instruction, and if you see the output is always the standardized as we observed or saw in last session. Okay, so and that is the reason we need to use skills. Okay, so that we are getting a consistent output. Okay, we'll use the instructions. Okay, so and it's a faster, it is not a time consuming. Okay, and even like if junior tester or the senior testers follow, we are getting the same output. Okay, and that is the reason we need to use the skills, and as a manual QA tester we need to create a skills for manual testing. Okay, now today we'll see how we'll create the skills and the structure of the skills.md file so that it will be easy to create a skills for the manual testing. Okay, so now if you see skills.md file, okay, like in that file we have a section one. Okay, like if you see in first hash, okay, so suppose we need to create a skill, create defect skill. Okay, so we need to give the purpose, okay, a name of the skill, okay, like creating a defect. Okay, if requirements are not met. Okay, now the section second, okay, we'll see it is mentioning double hash. We need to give the description. Okay, this skill creates the professional bug reports. Okay, so we need to give the some description. Then third section, when to use. This is also very important. Okay, and like here we'll give the two hash when to use. Use this skill whenever a defect needs to be reported. Okay, we need to tell the cursor when this skill should run. Then next is the important is the inputs. Okay, so we need to give the inputs like application name or summary, actual result, and the expected result. The main purpose is like what information cursor requires. We need to give the some inputs, and this is a very important skill. What instruction we need to give it. Okay, like use company defect template. Okay, write a clear title. Okay, generate reproducible steps, check grammar. Okay, so this is a very important skill in skills.md file. Okay, then next we will also give the output format. Okay, example here I have mentioned output, like how output will come, like title, steps, actual result, expected result. So this tells cursor how to format the response. Okay, and here in skill.md, okay, we also give the example like input login button not working and output is the bug id if in case we are using a skills like create defect. Okay, this is not like this is a optional. Okay, but if you put it, it's improves the, like we can say, consistency and the reusability and readability. Okay, again, section 8 is the notes, it's optional. Okay, so and in optional notes also will mention never guess the missing information, ask user if severity is missing, and this skill is very useful. Okay, and now if you see what sections are most important. Okay, so here I just mentioned like instruction. So whenever skills you are creating, most important is the instruction. We should give the clear instruction so that cursor will understand. Okay, and we are following the as per the our standard. Okay, now if you see here, title is very important. Okay, description I mentioned the also important. Okay, since whenever we are using the skills. Okay, so using description only, user will understand or the other people will understand what is the skills talking about. Okay, then we also need to the when to use, we need to be the inputs, output format, and the example. Okay, so now here where we'll create it. Okay, once you open the cursor, okay, in that project, we need to create a folder dot cursor. Inside that folder, we need to create one more directory for the folder skills, and inside that one, we need to add the create defect skill.md. Okay, so we'll see quickly. Okay, so for demo purpose, I have used the create defect. Okay, like here you see, this is the title, this is the description, create professional software defect reports. When to use? Okay, use whenever a tester wants to report a software bug. Okay, so right now I just mentioned the generic. Okay, but here we'll use it. Okay, and I am also giving the steps to reproduce input. Okay, and output. So for demo purpose, I have just mentioned these things. Okay, but when you are creating a demo like a defect, okay, you also give the, as I mentioned, the instruction. So what instruction? Like title should be clear. In title it should be have the component's name. Okay, you need to mention it. Okay, but for today's demo purpose, I kept the this create defect as a generic. So what I will do, I will copy. Okay, okay, anyway, I'm just copying these things. Okay, and here you can see I'm going to open my cursor. Okay, and inside that I already created dot cursor folder. Inside that skill is there, and here I am going to create a one more, that is a create defect. Okay, and inside the things I'm creating a file skill.md. Okay, and here you can copy paste it. Okay, so now here you can see create defect. Okay, description, when to use a whenever tester wants to report a software bug. Okay, and input is this one, steps to reproduce. Okay, and if you want to mention the instruction, okay, simply come here, mention instruction. Okay, and you give title should be clear. Okay, we also need to mention if in case in your title, okay, you want to give any specific things, okay, with the database issue, okay, you just mention uh, if you are if it is a you want to mention the always, okay, then you need to give the prompt like here only, always mention database label in in defect title or summary, in defect summary. Okay, I'm just saving it, and here you can just mention the output as well. So for today I'm not mentioning anything. Now if this way we can create a new skill. Okay, and if in case you need to use it, okay, then what we need to do it, we simply open the prompt. Okay, agent, and here we can just mention slash and the create defect. Here you can see, if I navigate here, create defect. Okay, if I can here create defect, and later you can give the whatever you want to mention. Okay, like login feature is not, login button is not working. Okay, so as and when you entered, okay, definitely that your defect will get created, okay, as per the format you mentioned here, output format. Okay, so this way we can create a new skills.md, and we can use as a manual tester in our day-to-day life, and we'll save a lot of times while creating defects or documenting defects. Okay, and we'll use the definitely skills in cursor AI. Okay, if in case you have any questions, queries, please let me know. Thank you.